Hey friends, so today we're going to be working on more body awareness / body conditioning exercises for you to really get in touch with your person before you start dancing. So it's so important to be able to do some of these exercises, not because you have to necessarily. It's great to do them because they bring more body awareness, strength, and agility to you, so you can dance the way that you want to dance. This is why I'm doing this entire series, is because I believe that if you really want to do something with your body, given certain things, right, certain circumstances, you can really train to do that. You can really practice doing those things with body conditioning and exercises and just practicing with what works, right, practicing effectively. So these are just exercises that I've noticed have brought awareness to people's body, and that they've been able to do movement more readily and jumping straight in more quickly because they have awareness already of that area in their body, because they have some muscle training. And their brain is aware of, like, oh, when I do this, this means this. So it's just repeating that neuronal pathway to our brain, right? So the first thing that I want to talk to you about for today's exercise, which is so fun, well, I find it fun because you can tailor it really at any level that you want, is we're going to be working with this lower ab of our body, right? So our lower abdomen here. So we do a lot of work between our belly button and our pubic bone, using those muscles to contract and then release and contract and release. And then of course, all the way into our pelvic floor. Those are two different sections, but they're so close to each other that a lot of the times they come together versus being able to isolate them separately. That's why I bring it up. So today's movement that we're going to particularly talk about is the lower body undulation, just getting this gentle movement right here, circling underneath your rib cage, right? Versus having to do this full body action, just really allowing yourself to have this motion right here. So what needs to happen with that is we want to gain some awareness here. One, y'all know I'm a fan of holding your pelvic floor. I'll say what? Right there, right? All the way from your genitalia area, all the way into your butthole. It should be engaged. That's the way it works for you to really get your pelvic floor engaged and bring body awareness there. So as we're doing that, I would implore you to hold on to that area. And the exercise that we're going to do today, you want to take it at your own pace, right? So I'm gonna lie down on the floor right now, but because we're on the floor, you can feel free to bring your knees up and bend them at any time, because it provides more comfort for you until you can level up or change what you're doing in order to increase the level of difficulty. Okay, so hopefully I don't smash my mic, but what we're doing here, let me back up a little bit. We're going to be doing lower leg raises. So you can do this on your elbow. I'm going to show you in a moment how it looks when you're lying all the way down, but you can do this propped up if you needed to. So I'm just going to demonstrate it really quickly, and then I'll be back, right? So we're here, and then you're just going to lift, drop down, pull up with that muscle, down, and then in. And at any point, you are going at the level of your comfort, right? So if you're like, oh, this is a little bit too much to come all the way down, go as far down as you can control the movement by engaging your lower ab, right? And then you bring it as far up as you're comfortable, keeping your leg generally straight. But if you need to bend a little bit, then go ahead. But we want to keep it generally straighter. So we have that down and then the back in. And then again, we have that lift. I'm doing it on the opposite leg, down, up, down, and in. So that is like at a level 1, right? You're really just kind of getting bearings for your body, how you want it to be, and you can increase the level of difficulty doing that by extending the leg out instead of having it bend, or going a lot slower. So if that is still too difficult and you're not able to bring it down, then bring your body up to here. The point is to get awareness here, right? And then you can always build from there. So right now I'm here, keeping my shoulders down away from my ears, and I'm extending out and then down, and then I'm engaging my lower ab to lift. All of that is really engaging your core, and then coming back, and then I do it on the opposite side, right? And then I come back in. So laying down will provide a little bit more resistance, right? And then if you're like, oh, I would like to really, really level up, then of course, then you can come up and you can come down, and you really got to engage this area here to provide stability, and then bring it in, right? And then up and down and up and down and then back in. So you can start to level up how that feels comfortable for you, right? So that's really important, is you always got to be keeping mind of your body, keeping mind of what feels safe, right? But still challenging yourself in a way that helps you start to build up that resistance and gets your body building that new muscle. Okay, so that's one exercise that we can do in order to get that. If you're like, dang, that's just not my jam, right? It doesn't work for me. The other thing that you can do is do lower body raises. So I'm gonna show you that one right now. And then, like, I already feel awareness, right? It woke my lower abs up. It's like, ooh, yes. And then we'll get to how that really impacts our undulation. So the other thing that you can do is you can lay down, and then I don't think I can talk at the same time as doing this, but you're gonna lay down and you're gonna just lift and lift. And you're lifting up your bum and engaging your lower ab and your core to stabilize, and then lift. And even the effort of just like curling and pulling up alone really provides some awareness and keeping that body part alive, like awake, right? So you'll start to feel it right here, which is the point. We want to feel it in our area below the belly button. No pain should be induced at all in order for you to really like, that area is awake, okay? So now, even just with that little bit, you want to be feeling, you know, it's tingling and it's a little bit more tight and tense because you've been contracting the muscle. So now that that has happened, and I would highly recommend doing this right before you do lower body undulation work, is that you start to tuck and tuck and tuck, using that same muscle that you were just engaging. Tuck and tuck and tuck and tuck and tucking here. And why? Because when we go into all of these undulations, when you do reverse undulation, when you do back undulation like this, when you do full body undulation, all of this comes in. When you do belly rolls, all of that muscle comes in. Omnis, pelvic tucks, all of it, right? So we're gonna allow our body to tuck in and release, in, release, in, and in. And that same muscle that you felt contract when you were down on the ground is the same one that you're gonna feel right here. In, and in, and in, and in, and in, in. It's very tiny. We don't need it to be big. You don't need to super thrust and super ducktail it back, right? In. We're only doing it to feel that contraction underneath our ribs. 1, 2, I'm sorry, not underneath your ribs, but it's not gonna be like swinging forward like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right underneath your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's awake. Yes. So now what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna work your way into your undulation. So we have this beautiful tuck. Now we're gonna tuck back, tuck back, tuck back, tuck back. Keep that tailbone long as you come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see how I'm not big right now? My movement isn't big. It doesn't have to be, right? We get this thing of like bigger is better, but it's really not necessarily better, right? You just want different things for different reasons. So when we're doing this, keep your knees soft, don't lock them out. As you're doing this, what you're really feeling for is control and understanding what's happening with your body. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All work is on the front half of your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so do you feel that? I'm like, done with my workout for today, right? So you should feel it like, ooh, I feel the muscle is a little bit tighter right here, but what you're gonna feel too is more control through time, right? Practice makes permanent, so the more that you practice really engaging it, the more you're gonna be able to start to default to that movement and understanding that contraction in your body, okay? So take your time with your body conditioning exercises leading up into this, and then take your time really replicating that feeling of that lower body contraction, starting with that tuck and then going down into the undulation. Thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to personally invite you and let you know that I'm doing another beautiful beginning belly dance day happening on December 11th, which is a Saturday at 11 a.m. Arizona time. So we don't change for daylight savings. So for those of you who are like, how many hours is that? It shifted from the last time you probably checked. So it's going to be Saturday, December 11th at 11 o'clock a.m. Arizona time, and it's all for beginners. No experience necessary. If you want to clean up your foundations, I'm going to run the pace of the class just like I would in my weekly classes, which is not fast at all for beginners, because we want to build a lot of comfortability, moving your body, feeling beautiful inside while you do it, and giving you enough time to repeat the movement over and over again. So I'm so looking forward to seeing you there. The link to sign up is in the description below, so make sure you click on that, and then we'll be touching base with you throughout, so that way you'll have a reminder of when it comes up. But definitely check out the link, and I'll see you there.